There's no houses on the market. The inventory is so low. Why would I need an agent to sell my house when there's so many buyers out there? Well, let me tell you. My name is Krista Cambara, broker owner of Voluminous Property Sales and Construction, and I'm here to tell you about listing your house with an agent. Because in reality, it's not just listing the house on the market, it's also marketing. And I also act as a liaison, and I help you with legal terms and paperwork, and I help you with negotiations. So there's quite a few things that a broker will help you with as you sell your house and market it. So first thing is, let's talk about the marketing part. I've mentioned that several times, and it's very important. Even if your house is in a market that is at a lower price point, that there are tons of buyers out there for example, in southern New Hampshire where I am right now, there are a lot of first-time home buyers out there or retirees who are looking for smaller homes at lower prices. And there's not a lot on the market, and anything that comes on the market just sells like that. But it's still important to hire an agent, because the better the marketing, the better the house is displayed on the market, the more you'll get for your home. And also, if you part of the marketing is the pricing. If you price it right, you may get multiple offers that are higher than asking price. A lot of sellers talk about pricing it higher because they know that all of these buyers are going to come in at a lower price, which is not necessarily true in this market. In this market that I've been talking about, as you get higher in price, there are less buyers, but it just depends. And that's why you need an agent to help you analyze those statistics and those market shares and those buyers that are going to be looking at your house. So I have a full plan that I usually help with besides the pricing. There's the brochures, there's the open houses. And is that something that you really want to take the time to coordinate on your own? Probably not. Second is the negotiations. Once you get the offer, what happens then? We are trained in negotiating properties. We usually ask what the buyer is looking for. We ask what the terms of what they are looking, or what their terms are, their desired terms. And we also ask, do they have a house to sell? If you have a buyer who's coming into the negotiations or making an offer and they have a house to sell, whereas if you have another buyer who is coming in and they have no house to sell, what are those implications on the transaction, on the sale of your home? Those are some things to consider that you might not think of, not having the experience. Also, brokers and agents act as liaisons. If you are hosting an open house in your own home and you welcome in, technically it's strangers off of the street. Some people may be tire kickers, as I've been hearing a lot lately, but some people are serious buyers. And there may or may not be things that you may or may not want to say about your particular situation, such as you have a job waiting for you, you need to move in 2 weeks, and you need to get out of there immediately. Well, if you tell a buyer that, then they might consider that in their offer. If you're in a rush and you have to be out in 2 weeks, then they may say, okay, well, if that's the case, and they may, sorry, I'm stumbling a little bit. If that's the case, then I can offer a lower price because I can close quickly. Well, these are the types of circumstances that you might not want to disclose to a prospective buyer. And last but not least is the legal terms and the paperwork. Every house sale has certain paperwork, forms, and disclosures that need to be coordinated, filled out, and given to the parties in the transaction. And as a licensed broker, it's better for me to help you with all of those forms and all of those disclosures that are required for the state. And it also protects you, because there are certain things that you need to put down and certain things that you might not think about, such as there's a huge chandelier in your foyer that you want to take with you. but it's attached to the house. And you don't necessarily think about telling the buyer that you're going to take that with you. But what if they buy the house because of that beautiful, huge chandelier in your foyer? And then when they move in and the chandelier's gone because you took it because you planned to take it the whole time, and they're super upset because it's not there anymore. So these are all different factors, and there are so many more that an agent will consider and will bring into your experience, in your service, in your whole transactional experience. Because it's not just the sale to think about. It's not just the price. There are lots of different factors that go into this process. So if you have any more questions, or if you're interested in learning more, if you're thinking about selling, or if you know someone, please let me know. I'd be happy to start with a no pressure consultation, and we can go from there. Have a great day, guys.